Hey guys! Today I want to talk about how I start my day in the mornings. And let me tell you, it is not very glamorous. Because here's what happens. Every morning, I sit down at my laptop, I look at my calendar, I look at my to-do list, and I feel afraid. I feel absolutely resistant to starting the day, and all I want to do is run away and not get started. So my feeling is fear, and my action, or at least what I really want to do, is scroll on my phone, quit my whole career, just go do something else, anything else. And the reason I'm feeling that way, and the reason I'm wanting to do those things, is because I'm thinking I can't do it. Today's the day. After all these days where somehow I've managed to get done the things on my list, today's the day. It's not going to happen. I'm going to completely fall flat on my face. It's going to be impossible for me to get these things done. And if I were to follow that line of thinking, right? If I were to keep on thinking, I can't do it, and feel afraid, and scroll on my phone and not do any of my work, the result would be I don't do it. I don't get anything done. So that's where I start my day, every single morning. And once I've identified the thought, identified what's going on in my brain, I always have two options for what I can do. I can change the thought, right? I can find a different perspective, change how I'm feeling, and get started working. Or I can change my reaction to the thought. Not even trying to change it, just changing how I think about the fact that this thought is currently in my brain and the fact that I'm currently feeling afraid. Let me tell you, first thing in the morning, it's really hard for me to change the thought. That fear feels so real, and I feel so frantic, and I'm already on Instagram and I'm already wanting to do something else. It is really, really hard for me in the moment to actually change that thought at all. So here's what I usually do instead. I change my reaction to the thought. But let's start out with, what's my default reaction to the thought? What do I think about my fear? And what do I think about my urge to not do work all day long? My default thought about my own fear, two things. One, I think it's stupid. I'm like, why are you afraid? You've always gotten stuff done. So like, what's the problem? This fear is illogical. And two, I think my fear is dangerous. I'm like, oh my God, if I feel afraid all day, I'm not going to get anything done. I have to change this. I have to get out of this feeling as soon as possible. And when I'm sitting there thinking that my fear is stupid and dangerous, it doesn't help me change how I'm feeling at all. The only thing that's happening is I have my original fear, and now I'm afraid of my fear. Now I have 2 times the fear. Not helpful. So what is another way that I can think about my fear? I'm just going to give you an example. This is a whimsical little thing that I came up with a couple days ago, and it's just been helping me. Think about if you were the manager of a chess champion. This is the world's best chess champion. She has a 100% success rate. Imagine the woman in Queen's Gambit. She's so good. She blows everyone else out of the water. No matter what she does, she always knocks it out of the park. She has one flaw, this chess champion. Before every single match, she just freaks out. She gets really scared. She starts crying, and she starts saying, oh my gosh, I can't do it. Now, you're her manager. You've seen her succeed at every single match. You know she's got this. You know she's going to do it. How would you react to her? For me, I'd probably just give her a hug. And I'd be like, girl, you got this. Come on. No big deal. You've always got this. Let's do one little thing. Let's just put your shoes on. Let's just get in the elevator to go downstairs. Don't worry about it. You got this. And I, her manager, would have 100% faith that she can totally do it. Because I've seen it. Every single time, before every single tournament, she cries for 30 minutes in the hotel room, we scrub her face, we put her in the elevator, she sits down at the table, and she gets it done, because she's actually brilliant. And so even though I'm watching my little chess champion freak out, I'm not freaking out about her freak out. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is part of the process. No worries. Give her 10 minutes to do this, then we'll shove her in the elevator and she's going to be totally fine. She's got this. She's the best in the world. And so my feeling about my fear is things like amusement and love and safety And no big deal. I got you. So I still have the fear. Still have the original, oh my gosh, what if today's the day? What if the day is the day I can't get anything done? But I'm not afraid of the fear. I've got my original little bubble of fear, and I've surrounded it with love and safety and take your time, and I know that you've still got this. And I didn't even change my thought. There's still a part of my brain that's like, I can't do it today, and I'm afraid, and I want to run away, and I don't want to do any work. I just took that little piece, and I wrapped it up in a bubble of love and acceptance, and I said, no big deal. I know that you still got this, and I know that this is just part of your process. Nothing is going wrong. And when I think that about my fear, it's usually enough for me to take one little step and just get started. And once I get started, everything clears away, and it's just a normal day. So let me tell you, creating the life that you actually want requires actions. You have to take a lot of actions, probably a bunch of uncomfortable ones that you've never taken before, that you're not sure how they're going to turn out. And taking actions, doing the things that you really want to do, even though they're scary, requires understanding and managing your brain and your nervous system, your thoughts and your feelings, because that's what drives your actions and that's what creates your results. And what I told you today is one little slice of all the different techniques that I teach my clients. So if you want to come learn the full methodology, the full toolkit of ways that you can understand and work with your brain and your nervous systems, you can get shit done and create the life you want. And if you want to have an expert applying the methodology live to your specific situation, so you don't have to do a bunch of the work or a bunch of guesswork. I'll just tell you exactly what to do and I'll give you all the answers. Then come talk to me and let's get started. Click the link and book a coaching consult.